Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 5 of the anime series Hitsugi no Chaika. And this was a kick-ass episode, I have to say, with some unexpected twists and turns taking effect. It's almost as if the creators of this series were met with the challenge, you can't make it any cuter than when Chaika is the central focus of any scene, and they were like, you know what? Challenge accepted. They ended up doubling up on the Chaikas in this episode, to my just absolute delight. Essentially, we are picking up with, of course, Toru, Akari, and Chaika on their journey. They're heading to the town of Paramil, and this is where they're going to be looking for the next in line of the 8 heroes. Of course, there's a little bit of some hot-button disagreements going on between Toru and Frederica, who wants to kill some of these guys. You know, Chaika has basically broken off from the pack, is trying to get some information because she feels like she's not pulling her own weight. You know, she is employing Toru and Akari, but she doesn't feel like she's really amounting to much. She can't cook, she can't, clean the clothes, she can't do this, that, and the other thing. All she's capable of is magic and kind of sitting there with her broken Japanese that she speaks, which is adorable, you know. But of course, she inadvertently sidles up with these 3 guys she's trying to get information from. They're probably going to sell her off as a slave to a slaver market, that kind of thing. Toru just barely gets there in time to save her from being snuck away with, and we see that Frederica, you know, she transforms back into that dragoon and wants to slaughter them, wants to kill. She's very eager to kill. Later on, she's back into her kitten form, and, you know, she has a disagreement with Toru. She just kind of takes off, so she disappears for the majority of the episode, and I'm wondering if she's going to come back with a vengeance in the next. But we follow up with Gillette and his people. We see that there's still this romantic longing look from Vivi to her commander Gillette, and he's, you know, kind of trying to blow steam from his indecision about what to do next as far as their chasing down of Chaika. And they get some conflicting reports. They're putting up wanted posters. People have been saying they're seeing, you know, kind of sort of the same people, but they look different. They have different characteristics is the term they use. And this is what plays into the ambush that later overtakes Chaika, Toru, and Akari with a whole other trio of people, one of which is a doppelganger to Chaika herself. Slightly older, I think, at least more well-endowed than Chaika herself is, and she's known as the red one. You know, Chaika's known as the white one. They both are claiming to be the same person. They're both on the same quest to find these relics, these remains of the Gaz Empire, Arthur Gaz, who presumably is one of their fathers, if not both of their fathers. Maybe they're clones, a group of them, because we find out there are a bunch of these Chaikas around looking for these relics, and they all seem to maybe have different goals, because the red one, as we're introduced to in this episode, very much wants vengeance. She wants to rain down hellfire upon everyone who took Arthur Gaz's life, who she, you know, considers her father, her ruler, her emperor, and, you know, get retribution for every ill step taken against him. And it's very interesting how this is sort of juxtaposed against the white, regular Chaika we're following, who only wants to give him a proper funeral. So the question is, are they all sharing the same, sort of goal to gather all these relics up? Is the end result going to be the same? It's completely mystifying, but what's even more intriguing is that this new Chaika, this red Chaika for all intents and purposes, has a party she's traveling with just as the regular Chaika is. We don't know their names as yet, but they have a very similar dynamic between them, and that's what really made this an interesting episode, because effectively Toru and Akari capture the red Chaika, and they capture the white, the regular main character Chaika, and they're kind of, you know, grueling them with questions. What are your objectives? What exactly is this all about? You know, where do you originate from? Where did you get this weapon? I mean, the red Chaika has this badass, like, snake blade thing. It's almost like a chainmail that comes whipping out like a whip, and it's got all these serrated edges and everything. It's just a really badass weapon. Have yet to see if she knows how to use magic, but one of her party does, and is actually using a weapon very similar to the main Chaika's, a sort of sniper rifle with magic capability. So the question is, are these people of some nobility? Were these just hired hands for the red Chaika? And so, of course, we end with this big culmination of essentially they've agreed to a meeting to, I guess, re-exchange the Chaikas respectively for each group. And it seems to me like when they finally get to that meeting place, there's something very tense and ominous overhanging. Like maybe somebody's going to go on the attack, attack. Maybe Gillette and his crew are going to show up there because, of course, we know that 2 of his men are following the secondary team that are holding hostage the main Chaika. So it's really ramped up to fever pitch as far as what is going to happen next. Is Frederica going to come in her dragoon form and lay waste to somebody? Is she going to save them? Are Toru and Akari going to have to fight to get their Chaika back, and vice versa? It's very, very interesting what's going on. I'm mystified by the fact that there are multiple Chaikas, but they are equally adorable. I mean, she's the most fun I've had with the character since Watamote's Tomoko Kuroki. I love that scene where Toru's basically like, do not be shocked, we are surrounded, and she just instantly goes into shock face, you know? It was absolutely adorable. And then you had the 2 moments where Akari's trying to get in between Toru and the 2 different Chaikas. In the early part of the episode, it's the traditional Chaika. In the later part of the episode, it's the red Chaika. They're having a little bit of a too close for comfort moment, and she comes running. She's on the attack. In the first case, she drops a lizard in between them. In the second case, she attacks them. And he's like, are you going to do this every time we're having a moment? Just absolutely hilarious. And this show just amazed me that much more with this particular episode. So, otherwise, it'll be pretty much it for me on this. I hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.